What lies behind this facade in North Korea? These students marching in step, loyal to the regime, filmed at an elite university by the BBC recently. The evidence of what goes on in North Korea's prisons is shadowy and second-hand, like these unverified images, apparently of the notorious Yodok prison camp. But the UN says atrocities described by defectors are as shocking as what the Nazis did in the Second World War.
Women forced to drown a baby in a bucket, prisoners forced to live on mice and snakes and grass. Stories of real horror, and that's what stands out, and the affront that this is happening in our world today.
Some ex-prisoners drew pictures of the nightmare they lived through. 2 men weeping in agony in a torture chamber. Skeletal detainees devouring wild animals. Prisoners forced to transport the corpses of those who died. Another defector described a public execution he witnessed.
The first bullet hits the head and the brain and blood splatters. People scream in horror. It is so gruesome, you instinctively close your eyes. You cannot sleep after witnessing it.
This hard-hitting UN report is a catalogue of harrowing detail collected from hundreds of witnesses. It accuses North Korea of crimes against humanity, ranging from abduction and torture to rape and starvation, and what's termed systematic extermination. It calls the gravity and scale of the alleged abuses unparalleled in the contemporary world and warns the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, he may be held personally responsible. All of which will have little impact on North Korea's inscrutable young leader, except perhaps to make him even more belligerent. His loyal government has already dismissed the UN report as deliberately faked by the United States and its allies. But even if the regime is impervious, UN investigators say amassing the evidence is important for the day when it can be acted upon. Bridget Kendall, BBC News.